Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 match. I am Zoronden, and this is the third game I'm going to be casting for you in the little mini marathon I am doing. So this will be released on Wednesday for you. So let's check out the combatants here on Shakuris Plateau. In the bottom right corner, the red Protoss Breath, and in the bottom left corner, the blue Terran Tina. This is... I have no idea what league this is, actually. I don't have the information on what league this is as well, unfortunately. So we'll just have to watch and see if we can figure it out. Because why the heck not? Anyways, let's see how these two players go head-to-head. And in the beginning here, just a little faster for a few minutes. I don't normally do this for most of my games, but as I'm doing more than one game right now, I want to speed up ahead a little, and the beginning's always a little bit slower anyways, so we'll be alright with that. And a little bit of SCVV probe action going on here, and the probe looks like he is fully intent to just run away. Unfortunately, that will mean he eventually dies, so he's going to need to attempt to go home at some point. However, those shields are regenerating very nicely, and he is actually now at full health. So why the heck not? And I'm actually getting dizzy here. We don't need to chase him around anymore. I think he's going to go home. And what is this SCV doing? Is he going to proxy up in the top right corner? Because that would be weird. Not sure what that SCV is doing. Let's bring up that production tab. Unfortunately, I forgot to pop that up. I do indeed have an orbital up as well as a expansion for Tina, which means Breath is going to be down in expansion. I was thinking that probe was going to pop up the expansion. Indeed it does. There we go. This probe has retreated from Tina's base, is now sitting on that tower happily. The one in the top right corner is still having a picnic. Not really sure what the heck he's doing. This bunker is in an interesting position. That'll work, I guess. Whatever you want to do. I'd put it a little farther forward. And there's no wall in either, which is interesting. Why build your two supply depots right here if you're not going to put your bunker there, or your barrack there? Personal preference, I suppose. Not really sure. We do now have a stalker going across the field. If he engages, we will resume normal game speed here. And indeed, it looks like he's going to at least test the waters. And he's not going to want to commit. He does indeed back off, at least for the moment. He's going to try and slip up. He took hull damage there. That was unnecessary. And the second bunker went down, as well as an eBay. So clearly he wants to create some sort of wall in where the bunkers can shoot from behind it, which isn't a terrible call. And that stalker is just going to be happy to sit behind and watch for the moment. Do have an operating natural for Breath. Nowhere near saturation, of course. Warp gate is now converting for the regular gates. Obviously the upgrade is complete. Do have Robo coming in. This isn't quite saturated. It definitely could have a few more probes on it. He is still building probes though, so no fault there. He's also building probes from the other one, making decent use of his chronoing. You did see a scan there by Tina. Maybe she is looking to get in there. I'm going to assume it's a she. I don't know. There is a pro gamer named Alicia, and he's a guy, so not quite sure what's going on there. Either it's a tribute or it's an actual girl. Don't know. Oh my gosh. Wow. Tina is nowhere near saturation. This is actually quite painful. Alright, I'm going to say this is probably a bronze league. Obviously, I could be completely wrong. But if I had to guess by that saturation, woof. Especially leaving an SCV up in the top right corner the entire game. So, big mistakes, honestly, by Tina. You could have a very stronger. They could have a better economy right now. Unfortunately, just completely unsaturated. It's a little thicker now, but yeah, I'm not really sure what to say about that. That is embarrassing. You never want to be caught like that. Plenty of upgrades going down for Breath, which I like seeing. He's also grabbing a couple more gateways, which is definitely a good thing to do. He definitely needs to get some more pylons up. I think, no, that is not a pylon. It's going to be supply blocked very soon if he doesn't pop any off. That is going to be something he needs to do. More scans coming down for Tina as well. In fact, way too many scans, wasting all her energy on scans instead of using mules. I understand that there's been a few mules, because I've seen them. Oh, and that probe gets detected. It gets detected. Runs away from the turret, though. And Tina, with her overzealousness in scanning, wasn't willing to scan and kill that observer there. Unfortunately, that's just some massive oversights by Tina here. And look at this. The SCV in the top right corner has done something. Me oh my, it looks like Tina might be going for some sort of ninja expand. Probably to here, I would guess. And we'll have to wait and see on that. Again, ninja expands aren't really necessary. Every once in a while they're useful, yes. But they're really unnecessary when you're not saturated. This is looking healthier, but I mean it's still a good distance away, and it's definitely better than it was, though. I'm not going to falter for where it's at now. So that's much better. It just was way too slow, to be honest, and it doesn't help that there's been wasted scans and a weird wall in here that may not even be a wall in. Units very well might be able to get through here. So I'm not really sure what Tina's doing. Anyways, I'm going to speed the game up. Oh, mules! Hot dog! Getting some mining done. Good for Tina. And the Ninja Command Center is now picnicking with the SCV. Oh my god, it lifted off. There's a third going down for breath. It does look like Tina's Command Center is going to go over here. Didn't take the SCV with it, unfortunately. Could have started mining from that right away with at least one guy. Is she going to build SCVs from the Ninja Command Center, though? That is the real question. We'll return here in a bit to check and find out. I do see ghosts as well as cloaking on the field, or at least researching, rather. Plenty of siege tanks here. That is quite a few siege tanks. Definitely could be in better positioning, too. Tina seems to be getting about every unit under the sun, which, again, just points more towards Bronze League. Obviously, staggered out tanks. Quite a few tanks, actually. Wow. A Raven, a Viking. It's like she's testing the water for what units can do. It's almost like somebody's in training. There she's grabbing a third. She has dropped mules up here, which is not a terrible call. Very interesting, though. I just cannot make ends meet. Ends meet. Wow. I cannot make heads or tails of what Tina is doing or thinking. It's very, very bizarre. And that obviously just means it's Bronze League. And that is a lot of ghosts. She built no nukes on the field, unfortunately. I always like nukes. And we're going to go a little bit faster again, as this is just stalemating for the moment. A few Templar coming in really quickly, going into Archons. He does not have Storm Research at the moment, but it is on the way, and there's another Archon coming up as well. And I see a blip coming across the map. Looks like we're going to have a ghost drop. That is an oddity. Let's see how well it goes for Tina. Where's she going to drop? Looks like she's probably going for the natural, I would assume. We'll come back to that and check it out. Gateways up here in this alternate main. Oh boy, this is some interesting spread outness going on by both players. What is this ship doing, Tina? Oh, sometimes these games really are hard to watch, and it's not either player's fault. It's just they're not high league, and they kind of dilly-dally around a bit. And, you know, it's all a learning process and a training process, but sometimes I hate that I cast lower-level games because of slower games like this, and horrible mistakes by people. And oh my gosh! All the shit I'm giving Tina, I'm going to stop giving her shit right now, because that is a lot of nukes, and if we get actual nukage in this game, all bets are off. This will be an awesome game. So we got plenty of nukes coming in. 5 nukes under production. Got not an SCV, but a medevac full of ghosts, and it looks like Breath is ready to stomp on Tina's throat. Comes a... it's warping into an orbital. Interesting choice there. I guess it's just an orbital wall-off. The army of Breaths is going to the north. Going to kill a few easy Marines. Not sure why Tina scanned her own Marines. Another orbital just sitting here. There's orbitals all over the place. They're getting completely sauced. And wow, is that a lot of siege tanks? Storm's going down on the siege tanks. Gotta watch for that medevac back home to see if it's going to do any drops on Breath. But Breath is completely liquefying these siege tanks. Too many siege tanks, not enough backup units. And Tina's fourth or third or whatever you want to call it is going to fall. And actually she just left. I don't even think that ghost drop happened. Oh my. Alright, well, fairly well played by Breath. Obviously had the superior army and pretty much rolled over Tina. Breath is the fan that sent in the game, and my advice or tips to Breath would be attack in little, smaller groups earlier. Try and harass a little bit. See if you can end the game earlier without having to build up a death siege ball to take out Tina. And Tina, if you're watching this, don't build a Raven and a Viking. Don't build one of them. Don't build orbitals all over the map to decorate it. Don't ninja expand. You actually didn't supply drop, I'll give you credit for that, but you couldn't because of all the scans you were doing. Nuking isn't a viable strategy unless you're just really good. Check out some normal wall-ins. This is a odd wall-in. I mean, it works, but it's inefficient. Make sure your mineral lines are saturated earlier. You want that economy. That's key to the game. So, I mean, obviously a lot you can work on. Tina's probably a newer player, and that is the case. Either way, thank you to Breath for sending in this game, and thank you everyone for watching. If you liked this video or any of my other videos, please do subscribe and thumbs up, and I'll see all of you on the other side.